Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Katie, and in today's video I thought that it would just be fun to kind of go through what I have out in Kindle. So basically, I think I did this sometime last year, and I would like to think that there's going to be different books on here. I can guarantee you there won't be. There will be some different ones, but there are going to be some ones that are still on here. So I thought we'd go through it. I would let you know when I got the book out because it's embarrassing for me, not for you. But yeah, if you guys don't know what Kindle Unlimited is, basically it's a service that you pay for every month, and you get to have 20 books out at a time. And when you're done with the book, you return it, you get another one out. Everyone knows what Kindle Unlimited is. I don't know why I have to explain it. So we're just going to go through with it. And you can best believe that I've got 20 books on here, because if you tell me that I can get an X amount of stuff, I'm going to get an X amount of stuff because I love things in excess. Okay. So I'm going to try to do this without my glasses on, but I can guarantee you right now, I'm looking at my iPad because if you know, it's so much easier to look up Kindle stuff on an iPad or a phone because, like, man, my Kindle's finicky and it's slow and it's not the same as an iPad. Okay. So I am already, I really didn't want to have to wear my glasses because of the glare, but gosh darn it, I'm sorry. It's going to have to be a thing. It's going to have to be, you're going to have to deal. I'm already hating it. It's fine. Okay. So the first book that I want to talk about is called Twisted Heathens. Okay. I got this book out September 3rd, 2022. Okay. This is book 1 in the Blackwood Institute. This is a dark reverse harem romance. And basically, this girl is in a maximum security psych ward, and she tries to get out. You know, she finds like she's given the chance to get out or to like flee, and she's like, yeah, bet, I'm gone. And they catch her, and they're like, well, we have this option for you. You could be put into an experimental program at the Blackwood Institute. After the 3 years that you're in the program, you are free to leave, you know. So she's like, yeah, sign me up. So she goes to this Blackwood Institute, and when she's there, she happens to meet 4 fellow patients with dark secrets and damages that rival her own past. And who are these people, you would like to know? Let me tell you. We have the tight-lipped cutter, the manic nymphomaniac, the possessed control freak, and the shadowy ghost from her past. And there's a little author's note that says this book is dark, contemporary, reverse harem set at an experimental mental health institution. This book is book 1 in the trilogy, and it does end in a cliffhanger. Okay, well, I didn't know it was a cliffhanger. Okay, but yeah, so it's dark, it's reverse harem. I've heard good things. I've only heard good things. I can't say I've heard bad things because I haven't heard too many people talk about this. So yeah, we've got that one. It's by J. Rose. I didn't even say it. This is age level 18. Oh, I thought I said 16. I was like, girl, you gotta be kidding. Okay, the next book we have on here is One Look by Lena Hendricks. I got this book out March 20th, 2023. So it's been almost a year, but that's okay. This is book 1 in the Sullivan family. This is a grumpy single dad small town romance. And basically it says here that he is a single dad. He was a former NFL player. And he comes to this small town to kind of make roots for him and his daughter. We know we love that. We love a dad. We love a dad and we love a daddy. No discrimination, okay? And he meets this girl named Lark. And Lark is, she is paid to go to your funeral and to cry. Now, I need her in my life because I don't know a lot of people, but I want to make sure like my funeral is as dramatic as I was living. So like I want someone there that's going to be like ugly crying, just to be like, wow, that she must have had such an impact on that person's life. And I want the whole scene. I want you crying. I want you like hanging over my casket. Like I want it all. And it sounds like Lark could do that. But basically, so, you know, he's trying to put down roots for his daughter. She is more of like, she goes from place to place because, you know, she's going to all these funerals. And he's just like, there's no way. We can't. Nope, I can't do that. But we're going to do that. We're going to do that. Yep. It says, she's burning my carefully laid plans to the ground. And all it took was one look. We love a title in the synopsis. We do. So I don't know. I mean, the cover for all four of these books, they're so nice. It's the man cover. The discreet cover can kick it. Okay. Next, we've got, oh God. Okay. I got this book out September 15th, 2021. We are going on 3 years. Yeah. Okay. So this is A Lady of Rooksgrave Manor by Catherine Moon. Now, you're probably saying, Katie, a monster romance. You don't read monster romances. I've never seen a monster romance on your channel before, and you would be correct. There has never been one. However, I am not opposed to trying new things. I am not opposed to that. I have read Ice Planet Barbarians, and I quite enjoyed it. So what I could very well enjoy a reverse harem, why choose monster romance, okay? It's set in a monster brothel. And I think that's all you need to know. That's it. The girl in this book is kind of down on her luck, needs a job, doesn't have any prospects, and she gets offered to go to Rooksgrave Manor, which is a brothel for monsters. So that's pretty much all I needed to know. This is book 1. It says the Tempting Monster series. It's historical erotica. And that's just 2 words I didn't think would ever be in the same sentence. But, you know, we're okay. I'm okay with it. So it's been on my list for so long. Do I read it and just get it over with? Do I not? I don't. At this point, I don't know. It's still there. It's going to stay there. Plus, like, the outfit that she's wearing on this cover, I would rock that outfit as I was in my house, sitting on my couch, eating chips, watching Love is Blind. But I would still rock that outfit. Okay, next up. I borrowed this book October 19th, 2022, and that is From Lukov with Love by Mariana Zapata. I don't know why I keep this on this. I don't know why I keep it. I don't know why. I have never read a book by this author, and it's mostly because she writes slow burns, okay? And I don't, like, slow burn to me, it's like halfway through the book, okay? I want halfway through, and then I want you guys to do together. You don't even got to be together, but I want you to do something, okay? You got to do something. And Mariana decides it's going to be like the last 10% of the book. And by that point, there's only 10% left. Which I guess there's no, like, third act breakup, because that would be a little, weird. But I don't know. It's 540 pages. That's long. I mean, it's not as long as some books I've read, but I just don't know. This is following ice skaters, and I'm pretty sure, like, they have to become, like, a couple, ice skating. And I know it's enemies to lovers, but I just don't know if I'm going to ever read it. I don't know. If you've read it and you like it, let me know. Maybe I'll try. Maybe we'll try, but probably not. I don't know. Okay, next book is called Good as Gold, and this is by Serena Bowen, and I got this out June 2nd, 2023, so it hasn't even been a year yet. I'm doing good. Okay, so this is a small town, friends to lovers romance. So basically we're following Layla, and Layla has a plan. She's like, I'm going to secretly, quietly divorce my stupid husband. And then I'm going to have a child on my own and everything's going to be good. Well, one night when she's at a bar, her crush from many years ago happens to be there. And she has a little one too many cocktails. And she's like, hey, do you want to be my baby daddy? And as you know, as it would have it, he says yes. So we've got Mateo. And Mateo, he goes, I was only meant to do one thing. I was meant to visit Vermont, go to my brother's wedding, and just, have a good time and leave and be on my way. However, he sees Layla at this bar, and Layla is the one that got away. And now he's gonna be her baby daddy. Sometimes I even cringe myself. Okay, but yeah, so that's basically what this book is. He lives like 2,000 miles away, so like he's either going to have to move there or she's going to have to move there. They get together. We all know how that happens. I don't know, but I have never read a Serena Bowen, and it sounds cute. So I'm like, let's give it a shot. Okay, this next one is, I borrowed this August 12th, 2023. This is called Lovely Bad Things by Trisha Wolfe. This is book 1 in Hollow's Row. And it says it's a dark academia book, which I was a little scared of because I was like, oh, is this like not YA, but kind of like college? I don't know. But what it sounds like is there's like a serial killer, and she, I think, is a detective or something. But to figure out like what's going on, she has to get in contact with this guy named Callum, who's just like a bad guy. He's somewhere. Did you say like he was in an institute or something? Guess he's locked away in an asylum for the criminally insane. You know what this sounds like? This is giving me Harley Quinn and Joker vibes. But look, okay. Here's the trigger. So the author's like, the full trigger list is on my website, but on here she says it includes serial killers. There's plot and plot twists. I love plot. Okay. Like, who doesn't? And plot twists. Hello. It's a slow burn romance. There's that slow burn again. You know what? It's okay. But this one's only 312 pages. So it's got to happen at least within like half. It's fine. There are crime scenes, dark themes, violence, murder, blood, and sharp object play, occult references, loss of loved ones off page. And there's also more on her website. I think there was like something about gore, detailed crime scenes, and rituals. Which, look, sounds like a Criminal Minds episode. And I love it. So we're going to see how, I like her writing. Maybe, maybe not, but we'll give it a shot. Next is Until I Get You by Claire Contreras. I got this book out August 14th of 2023, and this is a hockey romance, but it's a dark hockey romance. So this says this book talk viral book. Book talk. Oh, book. Look, me and Book Talk have this relationship, and I don't know how it goes, but I'm on it now. Your girl's on TikTok, your girl's on Book Talk. If you'd like to follow me, you're more than welcome to. I'll leave it linked down below. It's not the best. I'm trying it out. I feel old on there, but we're just trying it out. So basically what happens 3 years ago, this guy, our hero, really wanted to get with this girl named Lila, and she kept saying no, and then eventually she says yes, and they get together, but then she like disappears without a trace, left him, vanished. It took him 3 years to find her, and he says, but I did find her, and now she owes me a lot more than just an explanation. Now I am going to become her worst nightmare. And the tropes in this is a hockey romance, college new adult, which I don't normally read, but it's okay. Obsessed possessive hero, which I do read and I do love. Boy falls first. Hashtag JP hero. Do not know what that means, because I don't know if I'm just too old to know what hashtag JP hero. If you know, let me know, because I'm feeling really a little boy obsessed, dark themes, and then content warnings in the book. So I've heard that it's dark, and I'm here for it. I'm here for a dark romance, Okay, after that, we've got Beautifully Cruel by J.T. Geisinger. I got this book out August 14th of 2023. This is the first book in the Beautifully Cruel duet. And what I know about this is that this girl is attacked at night and she is rescued by this man named Liam, and she thinks, oh my gosh, he's like my prince in shining armor. He came to rescue me. I feel so safe. But then she realizes that there's a price to be paid for him saving her. He actually wants her to do something in return, and I just don't know what that is yet. So I don't know if this is mafia. I don't know if this is just alpha romance. I'm not quite sure I'm assuming it's dark. But look, I love J.T. Geisinger. I love her writing. I love the books that I've read by her. I have read Perfect Strangers, Pen Pal, and Midnight Valentine. The plot twists that she gives in her books always give it to me. And I love it when someone gives it to me. You nasties, that's not what I mean. But yeah, so I'm excited for that. Okay, next we've got Hot Mess Summer. This is a book by Melissa Foster, and I got this one out in November 1st of 23. And basically, the whole reason that I got this out was because I follow her on TikTok, and I have read a couple of her books before, so I know I like her writing. However, she said that the inspiration for the main man in this book was Jeffrey Dean Morgan from Supernatural, Walking Dead, Grey's Anatomy, and if I get to picture that man while I'm reading this book, I'm for it. I'm all for it. So basically, this book is following a heroine who's a little bit older, just a little bit. She's twice divorced. She's a stressed out romance writer, and she just decides to buy a cottage in New England. Cottagecore? Are we getting that? I would hope so. And she ends up dropping her coffee, spilling her coffee on Jeffrey Dean Morgan. We're just calling him that. I forget his name. Declan. And he is scruffy, he's deep voiced, he's ex-military, he's a little older, and they're just gonna have a time. They're just gonna have a time. And I'm excited for it. I don't even care if it's not even summer right now. I'm here for it. Okay. The next book is Level With Me. This is by Claire Wilder, and this is book 1 in the Quincy Valley romance books. I got this out December 23rd. So there are 6 books in this whole thing. Look, the only reason, this is going to sound so bad. The only reason I got this book out was because I started getting newsletters from this author when she was releasing book 4. And the cover of book 4 did things to me. And I was like, I need to read this series. But I have an issue where I have to go back to the beginning. And even if there's interconnected standalones, I'm like, no, I got to read it from the book 1. It's just how I am. So here I am. I'm going to read this book. I'm not a fan of the cover of this book, but that's okay. So basically, in this is an enemies to lovers type ordeal. So this girl is out for a run one morning, and she ends up falling into the lake. Yeah, she gets pulled. Somehow falls into the lake, and she gets pulled out by a hunky stranger who was fishing, and they kind of stay there together. She's like, I'm going to be late because the consultant from out of town is coming to help with my family's. She runs her family's riverfront resort, and he's supposed to be coming in to kind of figure out what she can do better. Okay, so they stay on this little sand bank for a while, and they start talking. They start really connecting. All this happens, and then finally she gets rescued, and we all know where this is going. The guy who rescued her from the water is the consultant. So now what do? What are you gonna do? I know what they're gonna end up doing, but in the book, she's gonna be like, what do I do? And we all know what she's gonna do. But really, I'm just excited to get to the other books because those men, girls, you know me and my man covers. Okay. after that, we have Where We Started, a small town MC romance by Ashley Munoz. And I got this book out December 26th of 23. And this is just book 1 in the Stone Riders MC series. I don't know I do know a little bit about it, but so it sounds like the heroine is left something by her father. She never considered herself part of her father's legacy until she found out what he left behind in his will. Property, 10 acres, which included the headquarters of his beloved motorcycle club, which isn't going over too well with the president of the motorcycle club now, which is Wes. So I think they were at one time together or liked each other when they were younger, and now there's not, I don't think they're going to like each other too much, but I've heard such great things about this book, and I don't think I've heard anything like bad about it. So honestly, I'm excited just to kind of get into that. And then after that, I actually have, so this is Out of Time. This is book 2 in the 9 Minutes trilogy. I read book 1 in January, and it was good. I liked it. It wasn't like my favorite, but it kind of doesn't really end in a cliffhanger, but it kind of ended with a little bit of a cliffhanger. So I just want to continue and see, how the story wraps up. So I really can't tell you much about this book, just that we're following the same characters from the last book. And that's all I can say. I can't tell you anything, but it is an MC. It's a motorcycle club book. And it's dark, so look up, any triggers for that. Next, I actually have like a thriller, and it's called Saving Noah, and it's by Lucinda Berry. If you've never read a Lucinda Berry book, you need to. And if you're going to, start with The Perfect Child, because that book freaked me up so bad. But in this book, we are actually following parents of a, can I say this word on YouTube without getting taken down? Someone who, okay, you know what? We're just going to do it. In this book, we are following the parents of and he's actually, I think, only like 17 years old. And it's kind of just like figuring out how to support your child when they are like that, because when it's wrong and you're still trying, but people from the outside world, and it says, Saving Noah challenges everything you think you know about teenage sexual offenders. It will keep you up at night long after you've read the last page, questioning beliefs you thought were true. So, and Lucinda is actually a psychologist, so when she does her books, she has such a good, like, mental health viewpoint when she also does, it's so good. Like, just read some of her books. But I am very excited for this, also a little scared, because I've never read a book that has to delve into, like, that kind of content. So, from there, I've got The Lovely Return by Carrie Ann Cole. I talked about this in my 5-star predictions. I'm excited and I'm nervous and I'm scared and I just want to read it right now. But I don't have time. I don't have the time. So basically, this is, again, I said it's like a little bit of like reincarnation. So basically, they've, this guy and girl have been together, and then they're married, and then tragedy strikes and his wife ends up dying. And years later, a young girl wanders into his life, and with a charming personality, endless questions, adorable smile, and she's a little odd girl. She's odd because she reminds him of his wife. So when I say, reincarnation, you're probably, that's probably the first thing everyone comes, oh, it's his wife. I don't know. I know there's a twist, so I don't know. But I just want to read this. I love her writing. Don't Kiss the Bride's one of my favorite books. So I'm excited. I know there's a twist. So do not tell me if you guys know. Do not tell me. I want to be surprised. And when did I get this out? I got this out January 30th of this year. So we're still good. That could be on my shelves for another 4 years. Okay, next we've got The Surviving Trace. And this is book 1 in the Surviving Time series by Collier Reed. I got this out February 16th of this year. And this is a historical, pretty much. So basically our heroine, she finds this picture. I don't know if she works in an antique shop or something, but she is engaged and she finds this picture. And somehow she gets transported back in time, 1912. Wow, why is it 19, it is 1912, because like Titanic, yeah. So it's 1912, she gets sent back, and when she gets sent back, she's like, there's at this party, and like her persona, the person that she is engaged to, oh, Etienne, some dude. I can't pronounce his name, but he's like a grumpity grump, even though he's supposed to be engaged to her. I don't know what's going on. I don't know, but Bestie Book Reviews loves this book, and I love the books that they have recommended in the past, so we're giving this a shot. Time travel, a little bit of historical. It would have to be 1912's historical, because frankly, people say 1980s is historical now. Blows my mind. So, I mean, I'm willing to give it a shot. And then we've got the first book in the Rena Kent universe, Deviant King, a dark new adult romance, the Royal Elite Book 1. There are so many books. So many books, Rena Kent. Why? Why must you write so many for me to catch up? So, I got this book out February 16th as well. I think the first book is actually follows. It's like the same couple in the 3 books. This is a dark high school bully romance. Oh, I did not know that. They're in high school? I did not know that. I just have a thing. Like, I'm not a fan of like reading about high schoolers getting it on. That's just... It's not my cup of tea. If it's yours, hey, by all means, just not mine. Okay, you let me know before I start this freaking long universe. Is it good? Like, should I? I've never done a bully romance either. Oh, I thought it was like a boarding school. I thought it was like college. Okay, you let me know. You let me know if you've read this. Okay, we are down to the last 4 books. I've been talking nonstop. This is insane. I apologize. Okay, so I borrowed this book February 25th. This is Eurodream by Kate Stewart. Kate Stewart, you know, she wrote Flock and Exodus and The Finish Line, or as everyone just calls them, the Raven trilogy. Don't know why I had to do them all. It's, you know, they all deserve their own time, okay? So basically, this is a spicy romantic dramedy. Okay? That's all I need to know. So, she has an all-expense-paid trip to Europe. What could be more enticing than that? Well, other than the surgeon I fantasize about daily as my travel companion, sign me up then if you're dreaming about him. Okay? Anyway, look, I don't know much. I know it's set in Europe. It's a trip to Europe. It's a spicy time. It's apparently a romantic dramedy. That's all I need to know. It's Kate Stewart. Like, I'm going to read it and I'm going to enjoy it. Okay. From there, we've got King by S.J. Tilley. This is book 2 in the Alliance series. I still haven't made my way through the rest of the books. I got this out February 25th. And basically, we're just following King. You know, you met him in the first book. You met him in Narrow. But basically, with this, so the heroine is dating this guy. And he somehow, like, says he can't go on the date because he's sick or something. So she decides to go and, like, go give him soup or something or other. She takes her friend with her. And when she gets to his house, he's married. And he's married to King's sister. So he decides, King decides to, like, get revenge on said brother-in-law. And I think him, and she sees. And he's like, well, the only way to shut you up is to marry you. Like, of course. And it just kind of goes from there. And I'm just excited to get back into this world. I love myself some S.J. Tilley. It's going to be a good time. And then speaking of S.J. Tilley, I have her first book in her, the Sleet series. Sleet Kitten, which is a hockey romance. And I tried to read this way before I read any of her S.J. Tilley. And I was just like, I can't do this because this guy is too much. He's too much. Because he's too... But little did I know that, like, she writes a lot of, like, possessive alpha men. So, like, going into it, now I can be like, it's okay. I like this. I like this now. I can enjoy this book. So we're going to do that. I'm just excited to get back. I love S.J. Tilley's writing. So, and there's 4 books in the series here. The last book just came out, so this is done, I think. But that dang cover. I'm sorry. I just oogle everybody. And the last book. Whew, I have been talking for nonstop, and I am sorry that it's been a while. It is Rustic Hearts by Amber Kelly. This is a small town romance. This is book 1 in the Poplar Falls series. I don't know if this is like enemies to lovers, friends to lovers. I'm not too sure. Basically, this girl, what is her name? Sophia. She lives in New York. She has to come back to Poplar Falls for something. She never thought she'd come back there, but she does. And she runs into Braxton Young. The last thing she wanted to do was to kind of fall in love. So it says, fate doesn't care for either of their desires. Instead, they're forced to deal with each other, finding their differences aren't as great as they thought. Each day brings them closer to friendship and the possibility of something more. Okay, so it sounds like maybe it is friends to lovers. But okay, the thing that got me, when did I get this out? July 29th of 22. But the covers on this, oh my gosh, you all know I love people covers. Like, oh my gosh, especially when the photography is so good and when they're like couple covers, like, oh, I love that. I think it's, oh, they're so beautiful. I mean, you know, I love myself, my man on the cover as well, but a couple cover, oh my gosh, so good. But yes, those are the books. Those are all 20 books that I have out right now. Whew. Listen, I have been talking for over half an hour. I don't know how much of this is edited down, but if you stayed for that whole thing, I thank you. I thank you because I know that I like to talk a lot. But if you have read any of these books, let me know down below. Let me know your thoughts. And the ones that I asked you about, are they worth it? Like, should I keep them on there? Also, in the comments, let me know what you are currently reading off Kindle or what your favorite Kindle book is. Or if you don't want to leave me a comment but want to leave me an emoji to let me know you're here, leave me the phone emoji. Is there a phone emoji? I feel like there is because like you can read your Kindle on your phone. So leave me the phone emoji. But if you're new here and enjoyed this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing if you're new. I would love for you to stick around. My social media is linked down below. As always, my Goodreads, my Instagram, and apparently now my TikTok. I don't know what I'm doing. But if you guys want to follow me on those as well, they're always down there. But I hope you guys are having a great day or evening, and I'll see you all in the next one. Bye, guys.